Bueno, vamos a jugar el nuevo The Outer Worlds. Es un juego tipo RPG de los creadores de la saga de Fallout, de los primeros Fallout y del Fallout New Vegas. Ese es el estilo de juego, son juegos en primera persona de RPG y pues al parecer está muy bueno, pero no ha recibido la atención que se merece, entonces lo vamos a probar y vamos a jugar un rato a esta nueva entrega, ¿no? Entonces ya creamos un personaje, al principio te dan bastantes atributos como generalmente son en estos juegos, en donde tú puedes crear a tu personaje y darle varios aspectos o mejorarles varios aspectos que pues prácticamente te van a ayudar en el transcurso del juego. Entonces vamos a checar qué tal, le pusimos un cuate muy enfocado a lo que es negociaciones con los NPC, con los personajes no jugables, pues para poder tener mayores facilidades, ¿no? Para negociar, obtener cosas e inclusive pues jugar y pasar sin necesidad de acción, ¿no? Pero bueno, vamos a ver cómo nos va con estos parámetros, ¿no? Vamos a empezar y iniciar con este personaje. Este cuate, mi personaje se supone que está enfocado en un futuro.
Looks to be your lucky day, my friend.
Y había estado congelado por mucho tiempo y este cuate que es un científico lo descongela, ¿no? Después de un tiempo y en eso está la historia, ¿no? Así empieza. Vamos a ver qué tal.
Not likely, bootlickers. Initiate skip jump.
Todo bien Star Wars, una cosa aquí. Cerrados, laboratorio orbital, sistema al 100.
Status. Structural integrity down 25%. Power levels down 50%. Drive.
Shit. Ah, there you are. Wondering what's going on, eh? Bit of bad news there, I'm afraid. Your colony ship was inexplicably knocked out of skip space and forced to complete its journey at sublight speeds. This means that you and every other colonist on the Hope have been in suspended animation for 70 years, give or take. Normally, reviving someone after so long leads to some quite horrifying results. It's called explosive cell death, but it's really more of a liquefaction. Something wrong? Oh, yes, well, not to worry. I've pumped your body full of a special concoction I devised to keep you from dying so horrifically. Hopefully at all, but I guess we'll see, yes? Unfortunately, I used the last of my chemical supplies saving you. I know it's a lot to ask, but I must have your help securing more if we're to save the rest of your fellow colonists. I'd see it done myself, of course, but the board has a sizable bounty on my head. Now, my ship is inoperative, but I've managed to hire a smuggler to help you out. He'll be... Oh, I see we're in position. Good luck.
Okay. Los que han jugado Fallout pues pueden reconocer este tipo de imágenes, ¿no? Que se utilizan más o menos basados en una realidad alterna, que en algún punto de la historia normal sucedió algo que alteró el futuro, ¿no? Entonces es muy similar a lo que tiene la serie Fallout y pues es lo que nos llama la atención de este juego.
Is this thing working? Ah, there you are. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, the smuggler. His name is Hawthorne, and he should be waiting for you at the landing site. He's to be your chauffeur, so to speak. Not to worry. I'm told he's a specialist. Dashing gunslinger, one-of-a-kind ship, that sort of thing. You'll like him, I'm sure. I've also outfitted you with a simple wireless monitor, so I can track your progress. I'll check in with you as soon as you land. Good luck. All of the colonists are counting on you.
Tío Carlos. No, pues sí, ¿ah? De hecho, más o menos igual en primera persona como Directo. De hecho, también vamos a hacer un gameplay de la trilogía de Directo más adelante. Son juegos geniales.
Ah, you've landed. Good. Hawthorne should be close by. What in law's name? Is that him? Oh, that idiot. I told him to plant the beacon and move away, not stand there holding it. Oh well, no sense in letting his ship go to waste.
Ok, vamos a ver qué onda.
Hawthorne won't mind you taking his ship. Better you than the board, huh? Not sure I trusted the fellow. Might have gone after the bounty on my head. Shame about the whole squashing thing. Nasty way to go.
Ándale, qué bonito se ve. Para echarse. No. Ah, qué padre. Muy buenas, bueno, comparándolo con los juegos de Fallout, ¿verdad? Muy buenas gráficas. ¿Quién? Si este cuate está bien muerto. Ah. Automático este embargo. Pero acaso hay enemigos. No veo a nadie. Ándale. Voy. No tengo problemas, no tengo armas. No tengo nada. Los libré. Creo que sí. Vamos. Go.
Easy now. You've been frozen for a while. Bound to be unforeseen side effects.
Ajá. Güey. Ah, no manches, güey. Me dijeron que me tirara. Hola.
Hey, you. Come here. You've tried the best now. Now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Oh, wow, that stings. Looks like the bleeding stopped. I owe you one. Hope you don't mind me omitting this little exchange for my report. Spacer's choice doesn't like us accepting outside help.
Okay.
Better, thanks to you. I might have bled out on my own. Or worse, had to go begging the boss for some Madrina time. We were out on patrol. I saw a marauder camp up in the hills. Thought I could take him. Then my gun misfired. Right through my side. I mean, what are the odds of that, right? Just barely scraped by with my life. Crawled in here and blocked off the exit with those canisters. Gibbering, flesh-eating, law-breaking, unemployed lunatics with guns. Some hull had grounded their spacecraft out in the open, That's a real good way to attract
Los disparos
marauders.
son bien malos.
See those canisters by the entrance? Marauders come sniffing around in here, and I can take them all out with a single shot. Not bad, huh?
Ok. Es un inepto. No, mira, estaba estacionado sobre una realmente acá. No, pues persuasión.
Yeah, okay. You look like you know your way around a gun. Got some spare ammo, not counting the bullet in my side. Here, you can have my saber too, for patching me up and all.
Qué buena
All
onda.
Spacer's Choice weapons are now 30% less likely to malfunction. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's Choice. Yes, nailed it that time. You hit your head or something? You're in Emerald Vale. We're a Spacer's Choice community. Edgewater's a little ways down. Prettiest place in the Vale. Be sure to stop by a provisioner's for a can of our famous salt tuna.
Desde Esperanza.
The Hope? Is that some sort of fancy new drug? Are you with Auntie Cleo or something? Don't take this the wrong way or nothing, but I'm not allowed to fraternize with Cleo workers. Company policy.
Ok. No. Ya tengo arma. Acá. No. Ok, perfecto. Atinarle. Ok, algo, pero no. 8. Que tengo otra arma, ¿no? Pues ahorita vamos con esto. Nada por aquí, nada por acá. Bueno. Esto va así.
Damn it, my ears! Oh, what just happened? Can you hear me? What in the hell? This...
Ah, espera. Chingue. Muy bien. Hidratación táctica del tiempo. Debido a las complicaciones derivadas de la reanimación, tras un largo periodo de hibernación, tu cerebro procesa el tiempo de forma diferente. Pulsa el botón de dilatación táctica del tiempo para ralentizar el mundo, así tendrás tiempo para pensar y para ejecutar acciones. En este modo dispones de una gran cantidad de tiempo limitada. Si no te mueves, el medidor de DTT se agotará muy lentamente, pero si te desplazas y atacas disminuirá a mayor velocidad. El medidor de DTT se va rellenando lentamente. Ah, ok, es con RB. Perfecto. No te voy a matar porque soy malo. Algunos otros fueron que son... Ándale, bien, bien. Vamos a ver. ¡Ay! ¡Hijo! Otro voy a necesitar. Se murió. ¿Qué tienes? Munición ligera. Todo es mío. Ok. Cuestión de armas. Puedes tener hasta 4 armas activadas al mismo tiempo. Solo tienes que elegir más. Para el más. Ok. Aquí un sable. Personaje. Ok. Las armas van a empezar así. Muy bien. ¿Cómo cambio de arma? De todos modos, primero voy a todo. controles para atacar y bloquear. Ándale, vamos a hacer esto bloquear. Muy bien. Los controles están un poquito. Directos de cerrajería pueden llevarte a lugares en los que no deberías estar. Las electroganzúas sirven para abrir cerraduras y los derivados para acceder a ordenadores encriptados. Desde el nivel suficiente de talento para burlar el sistema de seguridad, podrás ver cuántas electroganzúas o derivadores necesitas y cuánto tiempo te llevará a realizarlo. Mejorar ese talento y disminuir el número de objetos necesarios y acelerar el proceso. Ok. Pues en teoría, vamos a ver. ¿Cómo le hago? No tengo todavía ese nivel. Bananas. Mazapán. Electroganzúa, ahora sí. Necesito 4 ganzúas. Ya tengo 2. Necesito 4 de estas. Ok. Todo esto. Otra ganzúa. Carga de 0. Y ahora tengo 3 electroganzúas. Me faltaría una electroganzúa, pero pues no hay. No hay. Uy. Vamos a ver, dice que tenemos una nueva. Es la misma. Vale. Esta y... Vale. Güeyes. Mucho cuidadito. ¿Cuántos son? 1, 2. Maybe. Estás, papi. Uy, 3 cabrones. Dos. Tranquilo, ya te vi. Traes todo. Tú también. El otro vándalo, ¿dónde está? Se creo que lo he tirado por acá. Desapareció. No por aquí, no por allá. No quiero sorpresas. Qué güey. Ya no me creo, ya me quedan, ¿no? Ahí está la nave.
Hey! Get over here before you get yourself killed.
¿Qué onda? Hello.
Don't know where you came from, stranger, but you best keep your head down. There's marauders hereabouts, and worse, landing violators. Go
Yo,
on
¿cómo
that
andamos?
leech. Landing in the Vale without using an official
¿Cómo
spacer's
estamos, bro?
choice
Aquí
landing.
jugando el...
I'd slap him
el
with a
Fall-
fine if it
el
weren't for all these
Outer Worlds.
marauders shambling about.
¿Cómo estás? Me dieron una buena vuelta si no hubiera tantos mineradores rodando por aquí. Pasa el tema, eso de ver, que otros compañeros escondidos en el juego. Ya he despachado a algunos de sus mineradores en su parte.
Really? How is he?
No, estas opciones que les da luego del juego están muy gachas. Vamos a cerrar esto.
Shouldn't have done that. Spacer's Choice family ain't authorized to receive medical aid from off-brand physicians. We'll see him back to Edgewater, just as soon as I cross these marauders off with the swift, cost-efficient fury that's made Spacer's Choice the most trusted brand in personal defense. I just, you know.
¿Qué tal? No, pues qué padre que estés acá. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo ha estado el juego? Vi que estabas haciendo también streaming de ¿cómo se llama? Fortnite. ¿Qué tal están? Ahora sí que están buscando para jugar Fortnite también en tu canal. Un grupo para jugar Fortnite. Te echar una cabezadita para recuperar fuerza y estirar un poco las piernas. Campeonato yo me equipo de todo. Vamos a tratar de perseguir.
Well, sometimes. Management's real good at cost-benefit analysis. But, seeing as I'm the acting manager in this situation, you know what? You're right. It's time we cross those marauders off, find whoever owns that ship, and file a full report. Then it's gonna be fucking laminated.
Órale.
Here we go.
Ya se animaron. Vamos pues. Vamos a ayudarlos. Ándale. No. Ayúdate. Ay, ya se están. No necesitan de... Voy a aprender por detrás. Todo lo hicieron ellos, qué genial. ¿Dónde está el otro güey? Ya. Me mataron. Wow.
Not just anyone has chosen to enforce landing regulations, you know? I had to fill out 4 whole forms.
Ya se los echaron, no tuve que hacerlo. Hola, teniente.
This is gonna take a lot of paperwork.
Sí, es más o menos este juego es un RPG de acción, pues parecido a una serie de juegos que se llama Fallout. Básicamente es explorar un mundo e ir haciendo misiones que te vas encontrando, ¿no? La verdad son muy divertidos si te gustan este tipo de juegos muy inmersivos y que puedes hacer muchas cosas, ¿no? Apenas estoy iniciando, pero seguramente más adelante se van a abrir varias misiones que tú puedes hacer y ahora sí que pues pasas bastante tiempo haciendo estas misioncitas, ¿no? Está muy divertido. ¿Y no? ¿Será que aquí puedo abrir?
Please be informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder.
No continúo. No tengo para abrir estas cuestiones. Hello.
Unauthorized access of spacefaring vessels is a crime. Please submit yourself to the authorities.
¿Será que me lo puedo robar? No sé por acá.
Intruders are not authorized to access the Unreliable's amenities, including
Claro
the
que sí.
Marauder. Please be informed that ignoring me is dangerous for your health.
Uy, espero que no vaya a armarse un problema. Pero ya estoy agarrando cosas que no debería.
Please be advised that using the respecification machine will not make you a better person.
No, pero de las competencias ya las tengo y no las quiero.
Marauder, please be informed that the engine room contains nothing of value.
Corriente. Bueno, yo investigué un poquito, vámonos a lo que me pidieron. ¿Sabes? Ok.
Hello, Marauder. I am Ada, the autonomous digital astrogator of this vessel. Please be informed that I am authorized to use violent retribution against unwanted solicitors. Please return any misappropriated equipment and exit this vessel in an orderly fashion. Failure to do so will result in your immediate destruction.
No he venido a proveer de nada, no me gusta que me van a decir que vas a hacer autodestruirte.
I detect an elevated heart rate, indicating dishonesty.
No, me vine a
Please
volar
prepare yourself for
una
equal
escopeta.
deterrence. Jettison
Oye, pues.
procedures initiated. Disengaging airlocks. Prepare
¿Qué
to
pedo?
eject all boarding parties in 5, 4,
No mames.
3, 2, 1.
Ven.
If you are still here, my deception would
No
have
madre.
failed.
No
I have
manches,
been
güey.
programmed to express disappointment. This vessel is the registered property of Captain Alex Hawthorne. I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne.
Bueno, Botón Smart is very much dead.
I understand. I will require some time to process this information. Thank you for your patience and for your honesty. I am programmed to take orders exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Do you understand? Well done, Captain Hawthorne. I see your powers of deductive reasoning remain intact. Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical power failure, and we were forced to make an emergency landing. The main drive's power regulator has been irreparably damaged and must be replaced.
Okay.
Astutely observed. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement falls within acceptable parameters of certainty. High-capacity power regulators are sometimes employed in the electrical networks of worker settlements. I have taken the liberty of printing you a new Captain's Identity cartridge. Please try not to lose it this time. This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the
La máquina cree que yo soy el
registered
capitán.
and Captain of the Unreliable. Do you
Sí,
understand?
claro.
Thank you. I appreciate your cooperation. Best of luck in your search for a power regulator. Try to stay alive this time.
No manches, me confundió con el capitán inteligente. Pues mejoras de talentos. Cada vez que subes de nivel ganas puntos de talento que puedes invertir en mejorar tus talentos. Gastar un punto de talento en un talento principal, cuerpo a cuerpo, mejora todos los talentos especializados de ese grupo hasta un máximo de 50. Después de 50 podrás añadir puntos directamente al talento especializado hasta llegar a 100. Todos los talentos mejoran a medida que suben de nivel y hay modificaciones especiales cada 20 puntos. La descripción de cada talento para saber cuáles son. La armadura, los consumibles y los efectos de estado pueden aumentar o disminuir temporalmente sus talentos. Esto afecta tanto de forma negativa como positiva a las conversaciones y bonificaciones pasivas, pero no a las ventajas de bloquear. Vamos a ver qué puedo desbloquear. Subida de nivel. Enhorabuena, has obtenido experiencia suficiente para subir de nivel. Abre el registro de tu personaje para mejorarlo. Al subir de nivel aumentas tu punto de salud, recibes puntos para mejorar tus talentos y accedes a nuevas ventajas cada 2 niveles. Sigue subiendo de nivel y en nada estarás en lo más alto, ¿ok? Bueno, que lo subimos. Ataque cuerpo a cuerpo. Me he dado cuenta que el diálogo, la persuasión es muy es muy útil. Sigilo, tecnología. Yo creo que me voy a cuerpo a distancia. Pistolas. Sí, que sea. Vaya. Ándale. A distancia, defensa también. Creo que también voy a necesitar cuerpo a cuerpo. Me quedan 6. Diálogo siempre, sigilo también. Tecnología. Liderazgo todavía no tengo mucho liderazgo. Me quedan 3. Carrera. Que sí es bueno. El diálogo. Diálogo. Tecnología. Y más labia. Muy bien. Vamos a ver qué tal me va. Aceptar. Atacar el tipo de objeto puedo ser. Bien, ya tengo el personaje. Esto es para reparar objetos. Reparar objetos. Ándale, esto necesita reparar. Reparar. Una música. Reparar. Pero aquí sí lo vamos a poner. Esta. Muchas chachas. Muy bien. Selección de ventajas. Ahora selección de ventajas. Ándale, ventaja fortaleza, ventaja salud. Tengo una ventaja, presión, invencible, consumista, mola de carga, velocidad, trotamundos, no, aquí sí yo creo que es esta. Muy bien, ahora la misión forastero en España. Busca un regulador de corriente. Un regulador de corriente, la falible es los daños irreparables, hay que sustituirla. Propuesto que busques ayuda en el asentamiento cercano de Frontemar. Habla con la persona que gobierna el pueblo. Tengo que ir al pueblo. Más puntos de ventaja disponible. No, ya. ¿En serio sí? Esto no lo había aplicado. Estos. Bien. Vámonos.
Say, this wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it? Because you sure walked in it like it was your ship. And if this ship is yours, well, mister, you owe Spacer's Choice a hefty fine. Afraid we gotta dock your
Yo
pay.
les ayudé, güey. En serio, después de curar a tu amigo.
Yeah, fair point. I'll let it go this time. If you're looking to help us out with our marauder problem, talk to Constable Reyes over in Edgewater. Edgewater's not too far. Just follow the road east of here, over past the cemetery. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to inspect the crime scene before I make my report.
Cuídate. Al este. Tengo que ir para allá. Pues vámonos. Wow. Sí, nave. Pues tengo que ir para allá. Vámonos. Cuidado, no voy. Ándale. Debería animar a güey. No mames, está más cerrado. La siempre confiable. Ándale, acércate, papi, que aquí te tengo. Say hello to my little friend. Deberías estar muerto, cabrón. Wow. Le metí 5 plomazos en la cara y no le hice nada. Bueno, ya vi que están difíciles. De todos modos lo voy a intentar. Bueno, reaparecí. Vamos. Ya vi como que no hace mucho esta onda. Más lejano. No corras, miserable. Te muevas, cabrón. Otro caído. No sé cuántos tengas, pero nunca. Mereces el tratamiento especial. Dame lo que traes, cabrón. Se los dije. Secas. Otra más, nada. Listo. Fíjate. ¿Qué traes, papi? Cartucho bis, bien. Y por acá. Ah, puedo dormir, puta madre. Bueno. Ah, qué pregunta. Al parecer tomé el camino largo. Ua. Se está haciendo de noche, vale, güey. Espero que no salga algún tipo de monstruo por aquí. Hello. ¿Por aquí? Cementerio. No hay nadie por aquí.
Whoa, hey, where'd you come
Hello. ¿Qué hubo?
from? Don't go.
Un territorio de humanidades, amigo. Bueno, de hecho, una merodeadora no soy, sería un merodeador. Pero estoy de paso.
Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls and low prices.
Capitán de la fuego. Pero no es capitán, es hombre. No, porque
And being vigilant. Don't want to get blindsided by some corpse-chewing marauder come stalking out the shadows.
no.
Oh, worse. Unemployed cannibals. You ever seen a marauder hold down a job? Or put a stake into society?
No, que tienes un problema.
Well, if you're gonna go headhunting, talk to Constable Reyes back
Ah,
in
ya una
town.
misioncita.
Pays for marauders by the finger.
Ándale pues.
Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd
Bye.
shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family.
Ajá.
Heard a lot of new workers say that. First time they set eyes on Edgewater, they'll say, "Oh, I can't work here. I don't belong here." Well, we do belong here. The Spacer's Choice family takes care of us from the cradle to the grave. As long as we provide our own cradles.
Ok, ¿con quién tengo que hablar para conseguir?
Definitely not the junior in humor, that's for sure. If you've got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Head into town, follow the road. Look, you obviously ain't a worker. What's your racket? You a smuggler? Freelancer? Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites. We rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see? Company policy. If it was up to me, I'd put the whole town 10 feet under, free of charge.
Ándale.
Quotas, mostly. Got a backlog of graves to fill. Bodies won't bury themselves, you know?
Correr hasta por ti.
4 workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a
Ya me
special
salió una
case.
chambita.
You may want to twist his arm a little. He just is. Look, I don't want to get into it. Just make sure
Voy
he
de
pays up.
cobrador de Coppel. Ok.
Conrad's got a barbershop in town.
Phyllis trabaja
Phyllis
en la
works at the
fábrica.
cannery most hours. Abernathy... I ain't seen him in a few days. His domicile is near the cannery. You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by the landing pad.
Ok. Algo más.
Yeah?
Eh,
The colony ship? Are you talking about that old rumor? Some great big starship packed full of colonists what got lost in the aether never to be found again? Ain't heard that one since I was but a stripling. Can't say it was terribly convincing as far as rumors go. Is there a reason you asking?
no pasa nada.
Hope's just a rumor, friend.
O sea, nadie
Ain't you all
sabe
like that?
que ellos
Maybe
que
you've
ellos
been out in the
existen.
sun
Bueno, que
too
ellos
long.
viven.
Why don't you head over to the cantina? Get yourself some zero-G brew. It's a brew that's good for what ails you.
Ok.
Look, I don't know what's got you caterwauling about Hope this and Colony that, but you need to stop. Or there's gonna be trouble.
Ok, chao. Bueno, tengo una nueva chambita. Hola.
I could really go for some
Sale.
salsa now.
Bien. Vamos a ver qué chambitas tengo. Diario. Misión principal, tarea, un pequeño asunto funerario. Esa es la misión principal. Ah, tengo códices. ¿Qué es esto? Ah, todo lo que voy obteniendo. Un pequeño asunto. Fallida. No tengo fallida todavía. Un pequeño asunto. Cobra los casos funerales. Vamos a hacer esto primero antes de llegar acá. Vengo por acá. Martin Abernathy. Vamos a entrar por aquí. Emerald Vale. No, sí está bastante parecido a Fallout. Y bueno, si te gustan este tipo de juegos de RPG, la verdad es que sí vale la pena, ¿no? Digo, considerando también que el Fallout 76, que fue el último que salió de esa marca, ha resultado un verdadero fracaso y que hasta te cobran por una versión premium, ¿no? Entonces, la verdad es una excelente alternativa a los que quedamos con ganas de más Fallout después del cuarto de la serie, que ya tiene como 3 años, si no recuerdo, que salió. Bueno, vamos a seguir a ver las chambitas. Hay uno por aquí, hay uno por allá, y otra chambita aquí a 17. Hola, me debes dinero.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness.
Una parte.
So everyone says, until someone forgets to cough into their elbow, and then we're all dying of plague. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment. Burial, in the unfortunate event of a fatality. It's what a barber does. We make you
El
presentable.
barbero, este cuate. Hablando de entierros, papi.
Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions.
Vamos, que estás pelado.
As broke as pie crust, friend. Bidless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch.
Paga.
Thank you, no. I despise the cereals. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay. And that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies.
Momento de derechos médicos.
Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy of treatment. Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own savings. Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to
Te
suggestions.
pagaré.
Much obliged.
Este cuate, cabrón. Está pelado, no puede pagar. Vamos a ver qué dice. Hay que ver a ver qué onda. Vamos a cobrarle a este cuate. Güey. Sorry. Ya está esto. Hola.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy.
Tú debes ser la capataz.
Foreman Granger. Mind those words don't come out of your mouth unless preceded by yes or right away or thank you. Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment. Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill. If you're not familiar with board law, you ought to be. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker. Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable. Eugene wasn't family. Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see, so I pay the fines. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism. When one of your workers commits a crime, the entire town pays for it. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice. Well, excuse you. I'll have you know, Eugene was an asset to us all. May his Adams be commended to the law. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
Ok. Bueno, ya por lo menos una ya pagó. Vamos a al siguiente. Después de su choro mareador. Vámonos. Estos cuates sí están hasta el full de capitalismo. Vámonos. Aquí es, no creo que se fuera.
Hey, you hear about Wilson?
Heard Marauders got it.
Wilson deserted. Lost his nerve. Ran off in the thick of night.
Wish we had some better rations.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Never been healthier.
Ven, paga.
Well, did Mr. Thompson send you? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy. Didn't nobody ever tell you to never impress yourself between a man and his muttering? Which is, by the way, a normal and healthy mode of expression. What? No. I mean, might be. That depends on who's asking.
Yes, Silas.
So Silas can afford a hired thug, but I still gotta pay him a burial tax. Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows. Sounds like he's already told you. You may as well hear it from me. I'm dying. I'm not long for this world. The date of my expiration is fast approaching. And soon I shall be ushered through the great cannery in the skies. It's plague. Has to be. Silas knows. He knows I got one foot in my grave, and now he wants to charge me for the other one. I'll pay your fees. I don't want any trouble from Silas. But if you could see a way to freelance it for me, I could really use the help.
¿Qué puedo hacer por ti? Depende de lo que necesites.
A couple hours out of your day and some light second story work. That's all. There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me. I'll do what I can. I tried medicating myself with adrenatime. Didn't do much for me, as far as I can tell. Anyway, I can't just buy medicine. Distribution of medicine is strictly prohibited to any workers beneath the acceptable margin of health. Company policy.
No te eches que mate, no me trata. Obviamente, ¿verdad? Porque ya estás enfermo.
More like the company won't treat me because I'm not healthy enough. You will not find any guards within sight of that old place. Marauders, on the other hand. I have it on good authority. There's a gang of them squatting there. I advise stepping softly.
Okay.
So you'll
Sí,
do it
sí,
then?
voy a echar la mano acá.
You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, Lord, it's in my spleen now. I can
Voy
feel
a
it.
comprar broncas.
Just keep your head down when you're in there. Marauders have taken over. Probably tracking mud all over the archives.
Ok, vale, yo tengo dos.
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy.
¿Cómo?
Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that
Why?
medicine. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead. I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do. Alright, here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you.
Ándale.
Something like that. Look, I'm not in the habit of law-breaking, but sometimes
Por
you've got to do the wrong
Abernathy
thing
o
for the
por
right
esta.
reasons.
Ok, me lo voy a pensar.
That's all I can ask of you.
Vale, pues. Ah, este cuate ya lo vi. Volver a ver si.
What can I do for you?
Tú ya sabes.
Oh? Am I in the company of a fellow doctor?
Ok.
Experience was my teacher. Experience and... So, you want to be an embalmer, brochures 1 through 5, courtesy of the Spacer's Choice Department of Career Development.
Ajá. Y otra pregunta.
A ship? Dear me. You seem to have lost the ability to distinguish between reality and fantasy. This is what happens when you let your imagination run wild. I don't approve of fantasizing. It's a dreadful habit, corrosive to the mental faculties. You ought to let the vicar take a look inside your head. Vicar Maximilian, our man from the OSI, here to spread the message of scientism like a soothing balm upon a feverish head. Or so you'd expect. You'll find him in our local church, probably neglecting his duties. Go ahead. The plague's come at us with a vengeance this year. lost 6 workers in as many months. I wouldn't call them good workers, mind you. If they were any good, they'd have been treated. Still, it is a shame. Fever, chills, fatigue, aching, vomiting, an excess of phlegm, a tendency towards belly aching.
Claro.
Whatever it may be, I have developed my own palliative. Boiled canid liver and a splash of ethanol. Company policy, friend. We don't have enough medicine to treat all of us, so we treat the best among us. Mr. Thompson's brainchild. Have you met him yet? Thoughtful-looking fellow, stares out of his office most hours.
Bueno, vamos a explorar el otro mundo y ya vemos cómo te ayudamos a ti. Vamos al valle. Es el único que no paga. Salto una canary. Me imagino que en el camino me voy a encontrar con merodeadores. Así vamos a ver qué onda. Muy bien. Mira. Estoy hasta afuera. Güey. Voy a bajar por acá. Ahí es. Hola. Ven. Vamos para hablar.
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses.
Necesito refuerzo, güey.
You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff. I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling. The war. The coming apocalypse. Man versus machine. I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies. Just my luck. I ask for backup and the boss sends me one of them simple folk. All right. Listen real close. Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant, clattering about, firing at the birds, orchestrating their uprising. When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? Cowering beneath your cot? Or standing, shoulder to shoulder with the resistance?
Okay.
I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. Some tuna cans, mostly. Some Spacer's chaw. A few bit cards. I'll reward you for your aid. Enlistment fees. Yeah, I suppose. Wouldn't want to give the Resistance a bad name.
¿Qué quieres que haga?
They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our beloved town. This scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Cross it off, then report back.
Dame algunos consejos.
Mechanicals got a weak spot in their midsections. I think the technical term is, the blue glowy square thing.
Okay.
Go on. I'm Ludwig Miller, Associate Security Officer for Transportation. Officially, unofficially, strictly between you and me, I am the only thing standing between Edgewater and total annihilation.
Fuck up. Ok, vamos. No. Vamos a ver cómo estamos. Misioncitas. Dice diario. Conrad. No sé, está. Misión secundaria. Muere robot. Y el largo mañana. Vamos a ver qué onda con este lugar. Vamos a entregar lo que ya tengo y me voy a hacer las chambitas de este güey. Por acá. Oye, man, ya pagaron algunos.
Fancy threads. That some kind of hibernation suit? You run into any trouble?
De Conrad.
Conrad's barbershop is a yawning pit that swallows his every bit. I keep telling him he should cut a few corners. Skimp out on the disinfectant. Gotta put the squeeze on Conrad. Find some dirt on him. Maybe check his back room.
¿La parte de atrás de dónde? De acá. Encontrar un trapo sucio. Cierto. Ese güey le tiene miedo a... Ok, muy bien, vamos. Sí, no, es que se vaya. Ni que me pague. Entonces, ¿qué vamos a poner? Ya se acabó. Spacers. Entonces la parte de atrás. Pero esto para encontrar algo. Recepcionista, se pega un tiro, eso pinta muy mal, la empresa va a considerar lo que es destrucción de la propiedad de ganga espacial. El dinero era un activo y alguien tendrá que pagar el precio de su cuerpo. Va a ser nuestra reina, se me ha ocurrido que podemos empeñar sus dientes. Eugene tenía toda la dentadura de oro, era una reliquia familiar o algo así. Vas a procesar su cuerpo, ¿verdad? Solo tienes que quitárselo al cadáver. Lo vendemos sin que nadie se entere, pagamos el precio correspondiente y aquí paz y después gloria. ¿Qué me dices? No me respondas tampoco me hables. Basta con que me hagas una señal o funciones que hablas. Mueve la saca y listo. Phyllis Key. Ok. Ajá. Lo voy a poder extorsionar. Armanco.
What can I do for you?
Se lo doy bien.
You know about Eugene?
Pues
How?
entré a leerlo. Encontré una nota de Phyllis.
Then, you know Phyllis suggested selling off Eugene's gold teeth. I didn't approve of the idea then, and I don't approve of it now. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave. That's unthinkable. Eugene's body and all rare earth minerals contained therein are solely the property of Spacer's choice. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body. and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw
No te va a
just to
quedar
pay
de
my
otra,
bills?
man.
Can I?
Así es. Confiésate después al vicario.
Yes, I suppose I must. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU. Eugene was not a suicide. He put a bullet in his brain, yes, but that's largely a technicality. I was the one who prepared Eugene's body for interment. I discovered symptoms of the plague on his corpse, and I discovered medicine in his pocket. Lots of medicine. Eugene overdosed on adrenatime, which is known to cause psychosis and paranoia as possible side effects. The paranoia drove him to take his own life.
O sea que o sea que el otro cuate, el que me pidió las medicinas, que está utilizando esa cosa que se llama cronalina, pues obviamente tiene psicosis y paranoia.
We can all thank our lucky stars that young Eugene was hopped up on medication and suffered its predictable side effect. I included it all in my official report. I'd like to think I saved Edgewater a great deal of money. We never could have paid the fines associated with a suicide.
Bueno, por lo que a mí respecta, misión cumplida. Vamos. Usar. Ya amaneció. Casi toda la noche me la pasé cobrando. Amen. Hello.
Grave digging's a fine profession. Always work to be had, and nary a word of complaint out of your clients. Yeah? What about him? Yeah. Funny thing, Eugene's body ain't where it's supposed to be. The night we were supposed to commend his body to the earth, I had his grave all dug up and ready, right? And so I thought, I'll just rest my eyes a bit. When I woke up, his body was gone. Spirited away, vanished. The footprints nearby suggested that Eugene was stolen by marauders. Or he rose from the dead. Let me know if you find anything. You run into any trouble?
Ya acabado, papeletas, idiomas.
Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to. And I'll buy you a drink sometime.
Cartucho de bits. Bueno, ahora que tengo chamito. Tu reputación con una ficción ha cambiado. Si los enemigos son hostiles, pero tu reputación puede estar en el caso terrorismo. Está arriba de todo, adelante. Bueno, dice que el diario completada ya la fallida, no tengo una fallida. Me voy a ir con el robot primero, entonces esto es más fácil. Pero yo será dentro del pueblo. A ver. Sí, parece que sí es dentro del pueblo. Bueno. Interstellar Championship. Race of Rangers contra Space Chosen. Ah, mira. 2 Ball Series. esta misioncita terminamos con ello. No veo ningún punto de capacita fuera.
Sorry, I'll just be a minute.
You had a minute. The next one comes out of the
Ease off the threats, friend. I'm going.
Creo que es afuera. Sí. Pensé que era dentro. Terror on Monarch. Recruit Bellamy and Nelson Helen. Spencer Woodridge as Chief of the Savage. Featuring real monster from the Tomb World. Quiere decir que es más por acá. Sí. Ay, qué pedo. Sí, vale. Claro, me llevo todo. Bueno, ya. Voy llegando. Anda, punto débil es ya no tengo. Cabrón, estoy. Voltéate. Ándale pues. Nada, pues. Ok. Sorry. Nada. Puntos de talento disponibles. Ok, tengo 10. Cuerpo a cuerpo yo creo que sería bueno. Defensa. Hilo. Diálogo. Tecnología. Ahorita no tengo ni compañeros. A distancia 4. Y vamos a subir 4. Cuerpo a cuerpo. Distancia, defensa y pistolas. Perfecto. El robot vuelve con los dedos. Murió el robot. Pero ya. Chatarrero eso. Muy listo, chambita. Vamos. Está feo. Mano. Listo tu chamba. Hola, ven. Ven.
Bring us honor, soldier.
Ya no tienes que preocuparte más por ese explorador.
You beat that scout to scrap with its own legs? Pulled its optic cables out its head case? Actually, don't tell me. Rather use my imagination. You're a passing fair soldier, I will confess. But you are one, and the enemy is legion. What you need is an equalizer, a weapon to strike fear in their cold mechanical hearts. Cantina, lavatory, behind one of the toilets. That's where I've kept it hidden all these years. Sharp, ain't it? The lavatory is the very last place a mechanical has need to enter.
Okay, te besaré.
On the double, soldier. Don't want the bartender poking around in there with a mop.
Vale, pues. Qué loco tipo. ¿Qué onda? Si son monos me voy a encontrar en el camino. El teórico. Ok, vamos a buscar esa arma.
Something got you down?
Yes.
Read the latest report?
Only the part that sent me
Esto no lo puedo sacar a menos que como chingado le hago acá. ¿Cómo es esto? Sé que es aquí, pero ¿cómo lo hago? Imagino que tengo que utilizar algún tipo de paquete de luz. Ah, aquí está. Ahí lo tengo. Vamos. Te ha revuelto otra vez. No. Mantipilar. No. Por acá. Listo, cuate.
Bring us honor, soldier.
Encontrar el paquete.
Feast your eyes, soldier. This here is a genuine Spacer's Choice injury customizing unit. designed to deliver a lethal blast of electrical discharge. I call it the Hand of the Law. You ever want to see a mechanical flailing around like a grounded fish? You stick a couple thousand volts in its guts. With compliments from old Ludwig. Time's come for you to journey down into the black heart of the enemy's camp. I'm talking about the old geothermal plant. Unfortunately, the old plant lies outside my board-given jurisdiction. You'll need to get a passcode from the boss, Reed Thompson. I need you to get us the brain of a mechanical. Well, not exactly a brain. Anatomically speaking, what we're looking for is a logic module.
What's the plan?
Don't tell anyone, all right? I've got a contact. A real expert in the inner workings of the automaton. We are gonna rip those mechanical secrets right out of their circuits. Well, excuse me. What I meant was I'm going to get a contact. Didn't know I had to be all prissy about my grammar around you. There's the rub. If a mechanical breaks down, the logic module fries. So you can't rip one out of its corpse. You're gonna have to find an intact model somehow. If you die horribly, I will pour out a can of 0G to your memory.
Okay. Más tipo de daño, añadir una mira, aumentar la cadencia de juego. Wow. Que se incremente. Bueno, aquí le vamos a dejar por el momento. Muy interesante el juego. Y pues bueno, ya luego seguiremos con las chambitas para ver qué nos depara este Outer Worlds. Luego le seguimos.